Okay, for number 39, they want us to solve some equations, but they want us to use some of our skills to make them simpler before we solve them. So the first one, clearly, you see all these thousands, right? So we could divide both sides of the equation by 1,000, right? And that will get rid of a lot of those zeros. So we have 3x minus 2 equals 10. Much easier, right? So we add 2 to both sides. We get 3x equals 12. And divide both sides by 3, and x equals 4. Okay, for b, let me make space. b, we have x squared over 2 plus 3x over 2 minus 5 equals 0. We could multiply both sides of this equation by 2, right? So actually, by 2. There's a little shorthand there. Both sides of the equation by 2. And that'll get rid of the fractions. So we have x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. Remember, all the terms have to be multiplied. So now we have a quadratic, right? And let's see if we can factor it. We know it's x and x. And now what times what is negative 10 added gives us positive 3. So that's plus 5 minus 2, right? So x plus 5 is 0, or x minus 2 is 0 because of the zero product property. So x equals negative 5, and x equals 2. Negative 5 and 2 is the solution set. And for C, let me make some space. C, we have 5 halves x minus 1/3 equals 13. This one I'm going to multiply by the least common multiple of 2 and 3, which is 6, right? So I'm going to multiply both sides by 6, right? By 6. So 5 halves times 6 is 15x, right? 1/3 times 6 is 2, and 13 times 6 is 1878, right? So we add 2 to both sides. 15x equals 80. Divide both sides by 15, and 80 divided by 15, right? 80 15ths. Okay, and 80 common factors, right? 5 goes into both, 80 and 15. So 5 goes into 80 16 times, and 5 goes into 15 3 times. So x equals 16/3 for C. And D, let's make some space. D, we have 3/10 plus 2x over 5 equals 1/2. This one I'm going to multiply by the least common multiple, right? I'm going to multiply both sides by 10. So we get 3 plus 4x equals 5, right? So we subtract 3 from both sides, we get 4x equals 2, and divide both sides by 4, and we get x equals 2/4. So x equals 1/2 would be the solution.